A Virginia couple experienced the horror at the Taj Mahal Hotel firsthand. Mac and Jan Taylor were trapped for nearly 2 days as gunshots and explosions echoed outside their room. They had gone to India to celebrate their birthdays, but tonight they are back in Richmond, Virginia. Mr. and Mrs. Taylor, let me start with you, Mr. Taylor. I know that the siege began on what was to be your last day visiting India. You were in your hotel room waiting for your car to take you to the airport. How did things unravel?
Well, we were waiting for the car, and it was about 9:30, and the firing started about that time, and so we missed our car, which was going to leave about 11. So we were called the room when we called the operator when we heard the firing, and wanted to know what was going on. They said the hotel had been attacked by terrorists, and to lock our door and stay in the room. So that's what we did.
In fact, you spent 44 hours, nearly 2 full days, trapped in your hotel room. How did you get through that, Mrs. Taylor?
Oh, we read a little, we slept a little, we talked some, and I don't know, the time just passed.
Were you terrified? You must have been. And what kinds of things were you hearing outside your hotel room door?
The noises were really scary. There would, from time to time, be just a huge boom like a bomb. I guess it was grenades, really. And so that was the most frightening part. And then it would be quiet for a long period.
Did you stay in any particular place in your room, or did you walk around freely and simply keep your door locked?
We didn't walk around too much, and we stayed away from the window mostly and away from the door. And the way the room was, we could be back with the beds and sort of out of sight and sound.
Mr. Taylor, I understand you called the American consulate. What were you told?
We were told to just stay in the room and keep the door locked, and we were on the list of people that were going to be evacuated, but they had no idea when we'd be evacuated, so we just had to wait. And they would be real nice and say, well, call us back in 2 or 3 hours and we'll give an up-to-date report. And this went on until, of course, we got out.
You didn't have a cell phone with you, did you?
No, we didn't, but fortunately the telephone in the hotel was working for us to get out. We couldn't get any calls in because everybody had evacuated the hotel, including, of course, the operators.
Did you hear a steady stream of gunfire during these 2 days, or was it more sporadic?
It was sporadic. You could tell when they were making an assault on a terrorist, because you'd first hear a pistol, and then you'd have semi-automatic, then you'd have automatic fire, and sometimes an explosion. So, and then it would be quiet, and then we'd wonder when another attack was going to start. But you never really knew when the noise was going to start again, so you had to wait.
I understand that one of the bullets actually pierced your hotel room door.
Yes. Every time there was an explosion out in the hall, I'd open the door just a little bit to see if there's any fire, because if there was fire, we had to do something different, not stay in the room. And about the 4th time I opened it, I startled some person out in the hall, slammed the door real fast and locked it, and about that time he fired at the door, and it missed me by about 6 inches. When they came to get us, they were very helpful. They took our bags, and we didn't have to leave anything behind. A lot of our tour company people didn't get out with anything but themselves. So they took all our bags down, and on the way down through the steps, we passed 3 dead terrorists that were on the stairs. It was just really a traumatic experience to see those poor dead guys on the floor.
And what else did you witness as you all were escorted out of the hotel?
Well, we could see a lot of rooms with the doors blasted open, and we wondered what happened to the occupants. And then as we went through the connecting hall from the old hotel to the new, they were firing into the room, and we had to run past the commandos that were firing their guns, and that was kind of frightening. But after it was all over, they took us to the police station. We filled out a little form, and the American consul picked us up, fed us, and of course when I got to the consul and saw the American flag, I had to salute it. I was really glad to see that flag. And then the tour company representative picked us up and took us to the airport, and we had a direct flight from, India Air from Mumbai to New York and then on down to Dulles where our car was parked. So we got home Saturday about 2 o'clock, and we were really glad to be home, of course.